Good day everyone, my name is Jipon Cuevas from BIS IT3A. Me and my groupmates will discuss the Unit 1 of Information and Assurance Security 1, which is Information System Security. And we have three main topics here. The first one is recent data breaches. The second one is risks, threats, and vulnerabilities. And the last one is tenets of Information System Security. So let's proceed to the topic 1. So what is information system security? So information system security is also known as cyber security, and it refers to the practice protecting computer, system networks, and sensitive information from unauthorized access. So sa panahon ngayon is marami nang gumagamit ng internet, more than 2 billion users. At kasama dito ang government, business, and organizations. However, having that many users on the same network wouldn't solely have been enough to make the internet a game-changing innovation. This user needed some type of mechanism link, documents, and resources across the computers. In other words, a user on computer A needed an easy way to open the document on computer B. This need gave rise to a system that defines how documents and resources are related across network machines. So, kumbaga, gusto ni user A na ma-access yung computer B, which is an easy way. So, kagaya ng link, which is naglalaman ng document. So, we will discuss it later. So, let's proceed. So, bago tayo mag-proceed, explain ko muna kung ano ang data breaches or data breach. So, data breach is a security violation in which sensitive, protected, and confidential data is copied, transmitted, viewed, stolen, or used by individual authorized to do so. So, kumbaga, ang data breach is isang security violation o ng mga users or mga unauthorized person na nagka-copy ng mga data, nagtatransmit, or ang iba pa nga nag-store ng mga data. So, proceed tayo. So, actually, marami itong examples ng data breaches, bro. Kumuha ako ng dalawang examples para mapadali yung discuss natin. So, sa organization, so Experian Information Solutions, ang database of T-Mobile customers applying. So, ang data breach na nangyari dito, i-discuss ko na briefly. So, noong September 15, 2015, yung Experian discovered na nakatrack sila na breaches, may breaches na nangyayari. At sa 15 million na T-Mobile customers na nag-apply for the credit, ay may 13,673 US citizens ang nabiktima through the fraudulent individual income tax return as the result of data breach. So, yung breach na yun. So, yung data breach na nangyari. So, ang impact ng data breach na yun is nagsuffer si T-Mobile ng reputational and financial damage because of the action of the third-party partners na hindi naman nila pagmamayari. Notwithstanding the Careers Choice business partners. So, yan. So, pangalawang example natin dito is organization ng Sony Pictures Entertainment. So, noong November 24, 2014 is napasok ang Sony Pictures Entertainment na mga hackers at napakilala yung mga hackers na yun na sila raw ay guardians of the peace. At nag-leak din sila ng mga confidential data like ang mga trabahante ng Sony Pictures, mga employees, mga families nito, mga personal identification ng mga employees, mga ex-executive salaries, mga copy ng mga hindi pa na-release na Sony films. So, yung impact na nangyari yung breaches na yun, so, noong January 2, 2015, noong presidente pa si Barack Obama, nag-issue siya ng executive order against the North Korea, which is dealers especially citing this cyber attack. Parang cyber attack kasi nang nangyari nung na-hack yung Sony Films. So, yun.
Internet of Things. When you connect to a cyberspace, you also open the door to a lot of bad guys. They want to find you and steal your data. Every computer or device that connect to an to the internet is at risk. Creating an Internet of Things (IoT) that support user in all aspects of their lives. Like outer space, the maturing internet is a new frontier. There is, there is no internet government or central authority. It is full of challenges and questionable behavior. This questionable behavior is evidence given the data breaches were seen in the past 3 years alone. With the Internet of Things or IoT now connecting personal devices, home devices, and vehicles to the internet, there are even more data to steal. All users must defend their information from attackers. Cybersecurity is the duty of every government that want to ensure its national security. Data security is the responsibility of every organization that needs to protect its information, assets, and sensitive data. And it's the job of all of us to protect our own data. Figure 1 to 3 shown how the IoT is making the world digitally connected one. The IoT magnifies the risk, threat, and vulnerability issues, given that a hacker or attackers can gain unauthorized access to any IP connected device. Once access to an IP connected device is granted, data can be stolen or damage can be done if the attackers desire. It's this dark villain nature of hacker that help label hackers as black hats. Meanwhile, an information security war is raging. The battlefield is cyberspace and the enemies are already within the gates. The, to make matters worse, the enemy is everywhere, both in the local area and around the world. The enemy seeks your sensitive data. Thus, the name of the game for an attacker is to gain unauthorized access. Unauthorized access means that the attackers obtain your unauthorized login ID and password without your permission.
Hello everyone, I am Erwin Kim E. Carmilotes and I'm going to discuss to you the risks, threats, and vulnerabilities. First is we are going to discuss the risk. Risk is likely something that will be happen to an asset. It will be level of exposure to some event that has an effect on an asset like computers. In a context of IT security, an asset can be computer or a database and piece of information. Example like the following: losing of data, losing business because of a disaster, has destroyed your business, and failing to comply with laws and regulations. Next is threat. Threat is an interaction that could damage an asset. Information system face both natural and human-induced threats. The threats of flood, earthquake, and severe storm requires organization to create plans to ensure that business operation continues and that the organization can be recovered. Threats is like an object that can be a risk to your asset. Like this example kanina, losing data, the threats will be the virus or malicious code. A virus is a computer program written to cause damage to a system or application data. Malicious code or malware is a computer program written to cause a specific action to occur, such as erasing a hard drive. These threats can harm an individual, business, or organization. Next is vulnerabilities. Vulnerability is a weakness that allows a threat to be realized or to have an effect on an asset. To understand what is vulnerability is to think about lighting a fire. Lighting a fire is not necessarily bad. If you are cooking a meal or a grill, you will need to not necessarily to light a fire in a grill. The grill is designed to contain a fire to be cause no danger if used properly. But our computer data center will likely to cause damage. So grill is not vulnerable to fire, but a computer data center is. because computer data center contains many components like wire or any cables that is likely composed of rubber and plastic that can easily be burned and can cause fire accident. Vulnerabilities can be often result in legal liabilities. Any vulnerabilities that allows a threat to be realized may result in legal action. This computer must run software to be useful, and since human writes software, software programs inevitably contains error. So, end user license agreement or EOLA takes effect when the user opens a package and installs the software. All software vendors use EOLAs. That means burden of protecting IT systems and data lies on internal information system, security and professional. So EOLA is like an agreement when we are going to install packages in the computer or devices. And then what is information security? Thus, information system security is a collection of activities that protects the information system and the data stored in it. And that's why we have information security because of the risk, threat, and vulnerabilities of our assets like computers and other data. In many US and international laws are now required to kind of security assurance. We're going to have a company, we need to have this kind of security insurance like Federal Information Security Management Act or FISMA, Sarbanes-Oxley Act, and Gamma-Leach-Bailey Act. There are also Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, Children's Internet Protection Act, and Family Educational Right and Privacy Act. So that's all the information security that is caused by risk, threats, and vulnerabilities.
Tenets of information system security. Most people agree that private information should be secure. But what does secure information really mean? Information that is secure satisfies three main tenets or properties of information. If you can ensure these three tenets, you satisfy the requirements of secure information. The three tenets are as follows: confidentiality. Only authorized users can view information. Integrity. Only authorized users can change information. Availability. Information is accessible by authorized users whenever they request the information. Figure 2.1. The three tenets of information system security. Identify thief. Identify thief affects about 15 million US citizens each year, with financial losses costing upward of $50 billion. Identify thief is major threats to US consumers. Many elements make up a person's identity. These include but are not limited to the following: full name, mailing address, date of birth, social security number, bank name, bank account number, credit card, account number, utility, account number, medical record number, mortgage account number, insurance policy number, securities and investment account numbers. For example, an impostor can access your account with just your name, home, address, and social security number. Paper statement and accounts number to sit in the garbage can be retrieved by unscrupulous persons, making it easier for your privacy, data, and financial account information to be compromised. Shredding those documents before the discarding them reduces the possibility of loss. This threat extends beyond mere financial loss. Identity theft can damage your fear, isa Corp if ICU personal credit rating. The, this could stop you from getting a bank loan, mortgage, or credit card. It can be it can take years to clean up your personal credit history. If ICO is a public traded company that provide information used by Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, the three largest consumer credit reporting agencies in the United States. Confidentiality. Confidentiality is a common term. It means guarding information from everyone except those with rights to it. Confidential information includes the following: private data of individuals, intellectual property of businesses, national security for countries and governments. U.S. compliance laws that protect citizens' private data require business and organizations to have proper security controls to ensure confidentiality. With the growth in e-commerce, more people are making online purchases with credit cards. This requires people to enter private data into e-commerce websites. Consumers should be careful to protect their personal identity, and private data laws requires organizations to use security controls to protect customers' private data. A security control is something an organization does to help reduce risk. Example of such controls include the following: conducting annual security awareness training for employees. This helps remind staff about proper handling of private data. It also drives awareness of the organization's framework of security policies, standards, procedures, and guidelines. Using more stringent access controls beyond a logon, ay a log on ID and password for sensitive systems. Application and data log-on IDs with passwords are only one check of the user. Access to more sensitive system should have a second test of confirm the user's identity. Minimizing software weakness in your computers and servers by updating them with patches and security fixes. This is the way to keep your operating system and application software up to date. Protecting private data is the process of ensuring data confidentiality. Organization must use proper security controls specific to this concern. Some examples include the following: defining organization wide policies, standards, procedures, and guidelines to protect confidential data. These are instructions for how to handle private data. Adopting a data classification standard that defines how to treat data throughout your IT infrastructure. This is the roadmap for identifying what controls are needed to keep data safe. Limiting access to system and applications that house confidential data to only those authorized to use that data. Using cryptography techniques to hide confidential data and keep that data invisible to unauthorized users. Encrypting data that across the public internet. Encrypting data that are stored within databases and storage devices. Sending data to other computers using a network means you have to take special steps to keep confidential data from unauthorized users. Cryptography is the practice of hiding data and keeping it away from unauthorized users. Encryption is the process of transforming data from clear text into ciphertext. Clear text data are data that anyone can read. Ciphertext is the scrambled data that are the result of encrypting clear text. An example of this process is shown in the above figure. Data privacy is so important that local and state governments are starting to pass laws to protect it by extending federal laws. Integrity. Integrity deals with the validity and accuracy of data. Data lacking integrity, that is, data that are not accurate or not valid, are of no use. For some organization, data and information are intellectual property assets. Examples include copyrights, patient secrets of formulas, and customer databases. This information can have great value. Unauthorized changes can undermine the data's values. This is why integrity is a tenet of system security. The above figure shows that what is meant by data integrity and whether that data are usable. Sabotage and corruption of data integrity are serious threats to an organization, especially if the data are critical to business operation. Next, availability. Availability is a common term in every life. For example, you probably pay attention to the availability of your internet service, TV service, or cell phone service. In the context of information security, availability is generally expressed as the amount of time users can use a system, application, and data. Common availability time measurements include the following: uptime. Uptime is the total amount of time that a system, application, and data are accessible. Uptime is typically measured in units of seconds, minutes, and hours within a given calendar month. Of 10, uptime is expressed as a percentage of time available. 99.5% uptime. Downtime. Downtime is the total amount of time that a system, application, and data are not accessible. Downtime also is measured in units of seconds, minutes, and hours for a calendar month. Availability. Availability is a mathematical calculation where A equals total uptime plus total downtime.